Hey, welcome back. I'm Nadisha.
And I'm Leo, and you're listening to English and Empathy.
The podcast where we don't just study English, we feel it. We talk about real life, real emotions, and the words that help us describe being human.
Exactly. No grammar drills, no boring textbook dialogues, just a conversation. Like two friends sitting in a quiet cafe or on a sofa at the end of a long day.
Right now, I'm imagining a rainy window and a cup of tea.
I'm imagining a cold pizza from last night, but okay.
Leo,
What? That's my cozy.
today's topic is something I think about, maybe a little too much.
Same. Which is ironic because the topic is why we overthink everything.
Yes, that feeling when your brain takes one small thought and turns it into a 3-hour movie, with plot twists.
A horror movie, usually?
Exactly. So here's a question for you, listener, and for you, Leo. Have you ever sent a simple message, like, okay, see you tomorrow, and then spent 20 minutes wondering if you sounded angry?
Don't. Just don't.
Or you replay a conversation from 3 years ago while you're trying to fall asleep?
That is my superpower, a useless one.
So today we're going to explore that maze in the mind. Why do we do this? What does it feel like? And is there a way out?
Or at least, a way to get lost a little less often.
Take a breath. Get comfortable. Let's begin. Okay, first, let's separate normal thinking from overthinking. For me, thinking is useful. Like planning a trip or solving a problem at work. It has a goal.
Right. But overthinking has no finish line. You're just running on a treadmill in your head.
I love that image. A treadmill. You're moving, but you're going nowhere.
Exactly. And you get tired, emotionally tired. For me, overthinking sounds like, why did she say fine like that? Was it my fault? Maybe she's angry. But she said, it's fine. But the tone.
Stop. You're giving me anxiety.
See? That's overthinking. We analyze one small thing until it becomes a mountain.
So, a simple definition. Overthinking is when your brain gets stuck in a loop. It's not solving, it's spinning.
And the worst part? It feels productive, like you're being careful, but really, you're just suffering in advance.
Suffering in advance. That's beautiful and painful. So, why? Why do our brains do this to us?
I read something once. It said, overthinking is an attempt to feel safe. Your brain thinks, if I imagine every bad outcome, I'll be ready for it.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like a very anxious bodyguard.
A bodyguard who shows you every possible disaster.
Right. Leo, a bird might fly into your window tomorrow. Let's prepare.
Also, your friend didn't use an emoji. We should worry about that for 6 hours.
That's so true. But here's the real pain. It doesn't work. You can't control life by imagining the worst.
No, you just exhaust yourself. And the thing you worried about? 90% of the time, it never happens.
And the 10% that does happen, you survive anyway, usually with less drama than you imagined.
Why is that so hard to remember in the moment?
Because emotions are louder than logic. Let's get honest for a second. For me, overthinking isn't just about the future. It's also about the past.
Oh, regret. Yes,
I still think about something awkward I said at a party in 2019.
2019.
I was talking to someone, and I mispronounced their name. They didn't even react. But my brain made a whole documentary about it.
That's the cruel part. Overthinking loves old shame.
And it's not helpful. You can't go back. So why do we punish ourselves?
I think because we want to have been perfect and we weren't. So we replay the moment, trying to rewrite it.
That's really sad, actually.
It is, but also human. Very human.
So, overthinking can be a form of hiding from the present moment, from now.
Wow, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, when I'm overthinking, I'm not here. I'm in a fake past or a fake future. Can we talk about what overthinking does to the body?
Oh yes, the heavy shoulders, the tight chest.
For me, it's my jaw. I clench my teeth without noticing.
Same. Or my stomach feels tight, like I'm waiting for bad news. But there is no bad news, just my brain inventing news.
That's so important to recognize. Overthinking isn't just a mental habit, it's a physical experience. Your nervous system thinks there's a tiger in the room.
But the tiger is just an email you sent yesterday.
Dear tiger, please stop.
Honestly, learning to notice the body, that helped me more than trying to stop thinking.
Yes, because you can't force a thought to leave, but you can breathe. You can put your hand on your chest and say, I'm safe right now.
That's actually really important. Safety is not the absence of problems. Safety is this moment. Here, the room, the sound of our voices.
Let's sit with that for a second. I think one of the most painful places for overthinking is relationships.
Oh, 100%. Did I say too much? Did I not say enough? Are they angry? Are they bored?
Or the classic, they haven't replied in 2 hours, they hate me.
While they're just taking a shower.
Or asleep. Or busy with work. But our brain goes to rejection immediately.
Why is that?
I think because connection is so important to us. Our brains are wired to fear losing it, so a small silence feels like a big danger.
That makes sense, but it's also unfair. To the other person and to ourselves.
Right. We assume their silence has meaning about us, but most of the time, it has nothing to do with us.
So, a little rule I try to remember. Don't write stories in other people's silence.
Oh, I love that. Don't write stories in other people's silence. Can we put that on a t-shirt?
I'll design it. But you have to buy the first one.
Okay, so we can't stop overthinking completely. That's not realistic.
Right. But maybe we can soften it.
What helps you, Leo? Be honest.
The first thing is naming it. When I notice I'm in a loop, I say out loud, "Oh, I'm overthinking right now."
That simple?
It sounds simple, but it creates a tiny space, a little distance between me and the thought. I'm not the thought. I'm just noticing the thought.
That's actually a mindfulness technique, observing without judging.
Exactly. And the second thing, I ask myself, is this thought useful or is it just loud?
Just loud. I like that. Some thoughts are just noise.
Like a radio playing static. You don't have to believe every song.
That's a beautiful metaphor. For me, writing helps. I write down the worried thought. Then I ask, what's the evidence?
Oh, that's good. Because in our heads, thoughts feel like facts. On paper, they look smaller. Sometimes silly.
Yes, and one more thing. Action. A small action breaks the loop.
Like?
Washing a cup, sending one kind message, stepping outside for 2 minutes, movement.
Not solving the big problem, just moving your body.
Yes, because overthinking wants you to stay still. Action is the opposite of the loop. You know what I've learned? Overthinking is often about wanting certainty, and life is not certain.
That's a hard truth.
It is, but also kind of freeing, because if you can't control everything, then you don't have to try.
Wow, that's actually really important.
Letting go doesn't mean not caring. It means caring without controlling, trusting that you will handle things as they come, not before.
I need to write that down. Caring without controlling.
So maybe the opposite of overthinking isn't not thinking, it's trust in yourself, in life, in other people's showers.
In other people's showers. I love that.
So, listener, if you're overthinking something right now, it's okay. You're not broken. You're just human. But maybe take one small breath and ask yourself, what if it's not as heavy as it feels?
And what if I'm okay? Right now.
Okay, Leo, let's slow down even more.
You mean we weren't slow already?
Now it's time for the word tour, a calm walk through some useful words from today's episode.
So grab your imaginary notebook or just listen. No pressure.
We'll say each word, give a simple definition, 2 examples, and then a repeat after me moment. Ready?
Ready?
Word 1, overthinking.
Thinking about something too much for too long in a way that causes anxiety instead of solutions.
Example 1, I spent an hour overthinking my reply and then I just sent okay.
Example 2. Overthinking a compliment can make you miss the kindness in it.
Repeat after me. Overthinking.
Word 2. Loop.
A repeated pattern that keeps returning to the same point, like a circle.
Example 1. My thoughts were stuck in a loop. Same worry every 5 minutes.
Example 2. To break the loop, I went for a short walk.
Repeat. Loop.
Word 3. Regret.
A sad feeling about something you did or didn't do in the past.
Example 1. I felt a deep regret for not calling my friend more often.
Example 2. Regret can teach you, but living inside it can hurt you.
Repeat. Regret.
Word 4. Evidence.
Facts or signs that prove something is true.
Example 1. My brain said nobody likes me, but the evidence showed kind messages from friends.
Example 2. Look for evidence before you believe a worried thought.
Repeat. Evidence.
Word 5. Certainty.
The state of being completely sure about something.
Example 1. Overthinking is often a search for certainty in an uncertain world.
Example 2. You can't have certainty about the future, but you can have courage.
Repeat certainty.
Word 6. Lingering.
Staying somewhere for a long time, especially a feeling that won't leave.
Example 1. A lingering doubt stayed with me all day.
Example 2. The sadness wasn't strong, but it was lingering, like a cloud.
Repeat. Lingering.
Word 7. Soften.
To make something less hard, less intense, or less painful.
Example 1. I couldn't stop the worry, but I could soften it with a deep breath.
Example 2. Kindness can soften even old emotional wounds.
Repeat. Soften.
And finally, word 8. Come to terms with.
To accept a difficult situation emotionally, even if you don't like it.
Example 1. It took me years to come to terms with the fact that I can't control everything.
Example 2. Coming to terms with uncertainty is a quiet kind of freedom.
Repeat the phrase. Come to terms with.
Excellent. Really good words for the heart and the mind.
Keep them somewhere gentle.
So, here we are, at the end of the maze.
Not out of it, necessarily, but maybe standing still for a moment.
I like that. We don't need to solve overthinking forever. That's impossible. But maybe we can learn to recognize it and be kinder to ourselves when it appears.
You know what I'll remember from today? That overthinking is not a weakness. It's a sign that you care. You just care too early and too loudly.
Yeah. So, listener, if your mind is loud tonight, it's okay. You're not alone. Just notice it. Breathe once. And remember, you don't have to believe every thought you have.
Some thoughts are just clouds passing. You don't have to build a house inside every storm.
That's beautiful, Leo.
Thank you. You inspired it.
So until next time, take care of your English.
And take care of your heart, even the overthinking part.
Especially that part.
Bye, everyone.
Oui, oui.